Daniel Cormier disagrees with Sean Strickland's coach, saying you don't get to coach all world champions. So right away, I disagree with Daniel Cormier, and I believe he misunderstood where Sean Strickland's coach is coming from. Sean Strickland's coach doesn't only coach world champions, right? He obviously coaches challengers for the title, such as Sean Strickland. He was challenging for the title, and he was coaching Sean Strickland before he was ever a champion. So he does not only coach champions. He doesn't mind coaching you if you're not a champion. However, he wants your goals and aspirations to be that of, I want to be a UFC champion. That's the idea. He wants to coach people who want to raise UFC gold. He doesn't want to coach people who just want to jab their way to a loss and be content doing so and not really show any urgency when they're giving away rounds in a fight. And rather than focus on the fight that we need to win and the round, right? We need to win round 3 or round 4, whatever it was. Pretty sure it was 3. And he starts fixing his nose and setting it back into place. And that's cool, right? It's cool that you set your nose back and you're super tough and everything. But let's focus on winning the round, not having Drickus, because Drickus took advantage of that moment and he kind of went all out and he didn't get the finish, but he certainly secured that round. And, you know, one could argue it was a 10-8 because you could see how damaged Strickland was. Strickland was clearly affected by the damage. And here's something that if Daniel Cormier is watching, if you're of Daniel Cormier's mindset and you're watching, in WWE they talk about no selling. You're not supposed to sell everything. When you get your nose broken inside the octagon, if you can, you no sell it. You don't fiddle with it, trying to set it in place, showing that you're clearly bothered by it. And you know, he was doing it with his eye too, I think. But you see it with Sean, that he shows when he's clearly bothered and he's clearly uncomfortable. He doesn't no-sell it. He sells it. And when that happens, it's like, what are we doing? Why aren't we focused on winning a round? Why are you giving away rounds to Drickus? Why are you not snapping out of it? I'm telling you what you need to do. I'm telling you to throw your right hand. Eric Nicksick, his coach, told him after the very first round, he told him, Sean, this is looking a lot like the first fight. We need to believe in our right hand. Believe in your right hand. Throw it after the jab. Listen, guys, the jab is a setup punch, okay? I feel like this, I guess not everybody knows this, but the jab is a setup punch. It's a great tool. It's a great weapon. You could even damage people with jabs. You could have a George Foreman-like jab where you pop someone and they almost get knocked out just from the jab. A Sonny Liston-like jab where you know, you knock people's teeth out with the jab. Sean don't have that type of jab. Sean has a volume jab. Sean has a jab that he needs to be active with. Sean doesn't have a jab where he's going to get a knockdown with a jab. He's not that guy. He doesn't have touch of death. And even his coach, Eric Nicksick, I believe on Ariel Helwani's show, mentioned that. And it's like you're giving away rounds when you don't have that one-punch knockout power. But here's the thing. He's a volume guy who's not throwing volume. He's a volume guy who's stopping with the setup, right? You don't stop with the setup. He's giving you the appetizer, but never delivering on the main dish. Imagine you go to a restaurant and they bring out the appetizer you ordered, and now all of a sudden, like, that's it. You know? Eventually, you're looking around, trying to make eye contact with the waiter. When is my meal coming? When's the next, you know, I ordered other stuff. Sean Strickland doesn't care about what you ordered. He doesn't care about working on the right hand in training camp. He's content to just jab and just sort of be in his shell and not open up. But if Sean Strickland, this is my personal opinion, if Sean Strickland was to open up more against Dricus du Plessis, I think not only does he win the fight, but, you know, he comes out looking much better, man. He really does. But the fact that you allow this guy to stand his ground and you allow this guy to lead the dance every time, and you don't put yourself out there, and sure, you make yourself more vulnerable, but that's the game, right? That's the game. You gotta do something instead of just surviving. And he's a great survivor. His blocking was great when he was hurt, when Dricus was throwing those shots. he's blocking him with his forearms and everything. That's great, but that's not winning rounds, right? No one's gonna say, "Oh, he was blocking those punches, but so he should win that round." No, bro, he was put on the defensive. He's lucky he blocked those punches, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because if he didn't, he'd be really hurt. So it's a good. So he don't get credit for defending like that, in my opinion. I don't know. Um, I disagree with Daniel Cormier. I think Daniel Cormier completely misunderstood where his coach is coming from, and you know that happens. So it's not the end of the world, but it's just my take on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree with the coach for not wanting to work with Strickland if he doesn't have championship aspirations, or do you agree with Daniel Cormier that no, he should whatever it is Daniel Cormier was trying to say. But yeah, whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.